But some of you spend a lot of time on your wedding day. What about the last day? When is that day? For some of you, you're hoping it's sooner rather than later. We hope to change that. Some of you, it's coming sooner than it should because of divorce or separation, and you're headed towards disaster. But what is the last day? The last day is the day when one of you goes home alone from the church or from the funeral home. When you close the casket and you're home alone for the very first time. When you're standing over your wife's or your husband's casket and you're getting ready to close that casket, will it be full of regret or will it be full of incredible memories and a legacy left because of your marriage? Will you go home still in misery? Will you go home rejoicing that they're finally gone? Or will you go home missing them and longing for the day when you get to be reunited with them when Jesus comes back? What's the last day going to look like? And how do we get to that last day of marriage? Friendship. Friendship is the key. Are you friends with your spouse? Are you friends with your fiancé? Those of you who are thinking about getting married, those of you who want to be married, those of you who are single, are you thinking friendship first? Or are you thinking about how sexy they are, how good that they look, or, if they're skinny or they're your taste, a blonde, a brunette, if they're going to make money, if they're going to be able to provide for you? Are you thinking first, are they going to be my friend? That's not the way our society looks at marriage. That's not the way our society views love and sex and marriage. They look at it as basically get what you can, make yourself happy, follow your heart. You ever hear those things before? That's not what the scriptures tell us about marriage. Literally, Ephesians 5 says, husbands, be a friend to your wife. Be a friend. And so marriage is about friendship. It's a cornerstone of marriage. Is your spouse, is your fiancé, is the person you're looking for, are they your friend, your best friend? There are a lot of books out there on marriage, and most of them lack anything about friendship. They talk about arguing well. They talk about how to have good sex. They talk about how to raise your children. They talk about how to manage your finances. They talk about love languages. They talk about the feeling of love. They talk about how to get along with your spouse, but very few and far between actually say anything about friendship. If there was a study done that men and women both view friendship as the key to their happiness and their spouse's happiness, overwhelmingly 70% of men and 70% of women said, I want my spouse to be my friend. So men and women, after all, are from the same planet. We're looking for the same thing. We want a friend. By far, for me, the number one problem that I see in marriage, in counseling, when some of you come for counseling, and as I've counseled over the years, the number one problem in a marriage is the man and the woman are not friends. In fact, they usually hate each other. They find some common ground in order to kind of do life together, but they aren't friends. They're unfriendly towards one another. And so we work on that in counseling. What about your friendship? Let's go back to the beginning. Some of you have gotten so far away in your marriages. You have 15 years, 20 years, 10 years, 3 years of fighting and misconception and expectations and assumptions, and it's piled up like a large pile of junk, and you don't even know where to start. It's like my girls when they're trying to clean their room. Where do they start? You tell them, go clean your room, and they're 4 years old, and they're like, where do we start? Start with the clothes, move on to the trash, get to the toys, and you have to tell them, let's start in that corner over there. That's where some of you need to start, is in the corner where friendship exists. Start with your friendship. Start with your friendship. And see what God does as you work on your friendship. Be a friend with benefits.